Hello everyone, welcome back to the Talking Reds. And Liverpool draw 2-2 away to Arsenal. A huge point for the Reds this afternoon after going 2-1 down, 1-0 down, twice coming back to get the point and salvage the point at the Emirates. And it's a big result for the Reds because we looked down and out in that first half. That first half, we didn't really show up, if I'm honest. Arsenal was a better team by far. Deservedly went in the lead till half time. But the second half, Liverpool have been much better. Tactical changes at sometimes, but he got the job done in the end, and that was all that mattered. We got the point. A very good point. We are now second in the table after Man City won yesterday against Southampton. But what a big point this is. How big can it be going towards in the title race to the end of the season? We won't know until towards the end of the season how big of a point that is. But right now, it seems massive. Mohamed Salah with the equaliser. Brilliant build-up from Trent Alexander-Arnold. Darwin Núñez, a brilliant cut back to Mohamed Salah for a tap-in. But it all looked pretty much out of it in the first half. If we're really honest with ourselves, first half we were lucky to be on a 2-1 down. And we managed to somehow go to half-time at 2-1. And when there's one goal in it, it's all up for grabs. It really is. It's all up for grabs. And Arsenal will feel they deserve the win. But in the second half, Liverpool turned up. And that's what happens when Liverpool turn up. They can get results. They can get big results. And that is exactly what we did tonight. What are your thoughts at home? Who are your man of matches in today's game? I don't think there's much of a standout in today's game, unfortunately. But who stood out for you anyway? Did Arne Slot get it right the first time, or did his changes in the game, his tactical changes, his substitutions, were they spot on to get this draw? Starting at the first half then, guys. We're going to be joined in a minute by Reese in a minute anyway. About 5-10 minutes, we're going to be joined by Reese for his match reaction as well. Please get your comments in if you've got a comment, if you've got anything to say about the game, whether you're live or whether you're watching it after the live. Get your comment in. I want to see your reaction and feed off you as well, you guys. The first half, so we didn't come out of the box at all. Arsenal was up for it. The Emirates was bouncing. We said this was going to happen in the preview with Cecil and Basil. They said, if Emirates is bouncing, it's going to be a hard place to go. And that's exactly what it was. Liverpool didn't really turn up in the first half, if we're honest with ourselves, and we paid the price. Brilliant goal early on. But then we got the goal back, straight back, and it wasn't that long after when we got the goal back. We didn't deserve the goal, but you take your chances, and it was a brilliant flick on from Luis Diaz, Virgil van Dijk there for the follow on, and it seemed like it was a planned corner. I don't know how Trent sort of aimed for Diaz and they flicked it on. It was a beautiful worked corner, but again, then we found less of the ball straight after. We didn't push on after the goal. Arsenal came back at us, and Arsenal dominated then until the end of the first half, and we invited them on. I don't like the fact that we invited them on, but we did invite them on, and then they got the goal they deserved through Marino. Brilliant free kick from Declan Rice, by the way. Sensational cross into the box. Brilliant header. Kelleher couldn't do anything about it. It's one of them things. And what really annoyed me is how long VAR took, because it was quite clear that Van Dijk was offside for me. Playing him onside. It was quite clear that Van Dijk's foot was there playing him onside. And it took so long on the VAR. They took 10 minutes, 20. They took a long time on VAR for no reason. And what that did then is allow these players to come off a little bit and have a little breather. But it stopped the tempo of the game. It sort of slowed the game down. I know it was quite close to half time anyway, but it stopped the tempo of the game. I didn't like that. I find it ridiculous how long they take for making these decisions in the VAR room, because they see the same video we do. We've said this over and over again. They see the exact same video that we do. They see the exact same. 1 second, Reese is just Patricio's just jumping in now. Joining us a second. Right, Patricio, how are we doing?
Yeah, good yourself?
Relieved. If I'm honest, I think that's the word right now. Relieved, because I think we got away with
it wasn't ideal
in the end. Well, you know what? Second half we improved massive. I've just been saying there. First half we got absolutely dominated, and Arsenal deservedly got into the lead. Second half, a few tactical changes. The subs, I think, were pretty much spot on from Arne Slot. I think he might have got the tactics wrong in the first place.
Yeah.
Did he play the right team? I think Robertson shouldn't have played. I think we're going to discuss Robertson a little bit further on. But I think Arsenal deserved the lead first half. Second half, we came back, and then I think the injury to Gabriel was massive in terms of the timing of the injury, the timing of the substitution. It helped us massively. And this is just Liverpool. This is what you got to do to win titles. You need this mentality where you just don't give in. Just because you're 2-1 down to a decent side doesn't mean it's game over. Doesn't mean you've lost the game. How important was that Gabriel injury to you? Do you think? I want to go on that Gabriel injury.
Yeah, no, that changed the whole aspect of the game. I feel like we were so lackluster in the first half. Like Gabriel going off injured just showed that, like, for some reason, obviously after half time, that then obviously he got injured. Then that then like spurred us on to want to like play a little bit more. Like although we were still passing the ball to Salah a lot, we were just pushing it higher up the field. You can see that's what Arne wanted. He wanted us up front higher. So yeah, obviously it paid off for us. Obviously, at the time, I was a bit worried that when Nunes had the ball, I was like, oh, please don't mess this up. And he obviously made the right choice, but got the pass off perfectly. And yeah, obviously paid off for it. So it's really good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can
fine,
hear
mate.
you. Just don't be showing your fancy team on the side there, like the VARF did. I don't know if you've seen the pictures of that, but VARF did have a picture of him have his fancy team on his phone at the side. I don't know if anyone's seen that, but it will be all over online because it's a bit weird how that happens. We'll just talk about the Gabriel injury, Reece. How important, we'll just saying how important that Gabriel coming off was for us.
I think that was
a big boost for us.
I think that was a turning point in the game. Obviously, I think Slot sensed that. I'm gonna say I'm happy with the 2-2. Obviously, Arsenal fans might not be, but I think we were the better team second half. I think we could have even been a bit more braver to try and get the winner, but it's like for me, we weren't overall. I think the tactics were wrong. Even though it's worked for us this season, coming to us because Arsenal are quite well drawn at the back as well, and I mean they're quite a good team. Obviously, I knew Saka and someone's gonna play, but there's no way if he didn't have Saka and Tindo, we would have won comfortably.
Timber, yeah.
I mean, so obviously, and then Saka for me. He was the difference for them. It was Saka who was the difference because he was the outlet. Everything was going through him. So it's just frustrating.
Go on. I was saying when I was creating the stream, I've got to wait to the end, to finish the thumbnail off, to finish the actual title off. It takes, I don't realize how quick you got to do it. And it was going to be basically about Saka because Saka was unbelievable, wasn't he?
He was great. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't say he was fully fit, but I'll say he's around 70%. See Timber, it looks like that could have set him back a bit because obviously, hopefully, maybe for them that's just cramp. Obviously, he came off, but I've been saying this for time. I don't have nothing against Robertson. He's gonna go down as one of the best fullbacks. Like, I mean, for us, but you can see obviously going forward, he's not really offering nothing. And defensively was what we got him for in the first place. And he just looks like he doesn't have the engine. He looks like he's declining rapidly. With Saka, he's gonna cut in on his left. He's like Salah. I'm left-footed. When I play football, as a left foot, I can tell you're always gonna cut back on your left, even when he was there on the right, because he wants to be sure. And for me, if you play Gomez knows he's gonna cut out on his right, and then Tsimikas. Obviously, we don't know if he would have done good the whole game, but when he came on, I've been saying this, he's more comfortable on the ball than Robinson. When you want to win games against Man City and Arsenal away, you need players who are comfortable on the ball. Robinson just wants to hoof it forward, and he gets too tight to Saka. So, obviously, we did well to come back with the goal, but we were showing Arsenal way too much respect. And what I've seen is what we already knew. We need another midfielder. We need another physical midfielder in there with Gravenberch because McAllister was getting bullied by Rice. He was getting bullied by Rice and Saka. So he didn't really get to do what he wanted to do today. Jones was a bit better in the second half, and secretly Szoboszlai should have started because when he came on, you could see the physicality we kind of shifted.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, we got a draw. And I did think as the game was going on, I think I'll take a draw because If we went in 1-1 at half time, then I would have said, yeah, we can win this. But we conceded
Yeah.
half-time,
Just for half time. Yeah.
which is one of the worst things you can do.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, so for me, like I said, fair result. Like I said, I know City's top, but it's still early. That doesn't matter. Our last two games, we got Chelsea and Arsenal. We took 4 points, and it was away at the Emirates. For me, Gary Neville and all these people have been building it up, making it seem like they've been making it seem like what's it called? That Arsenal or Liverpool should win here because Arsenal's got this one and that one missing. Saka played, Timber played. They only had
Saliba and
Odegaard and Saliba, and we had Alisson and Jota missing. So
exactly.
Arsenal for me are meant to be there forever along than us. So all this saying Liverpool the favourites, trying to turn the narrative, it's like we're not favourites. Arsenal have been the main challenge to City for the last 2 seasons. So for me,
Liverpool weren't favourites in that. There's no way.
Yeah, I mean, cracking game. But like I said, I think we done ourselves proud. Would have liked the 3 points, but I'll take.
Let's talk.
2-2.
Let's talk Robertson. Let's talk Robertson because you mentioned Robertson there, Reese, and it's almost like we saw it coming with left back and the extra midfielder, like we all asked for in the summer, but we didn't get because we don't want to really spend. We said we needed a left back. We said we needed a DM. And allow these players to have more rest and better squad depth. But no, people were happy with us. People were happy with the transfer window. We spent millions and trillions. We had a fantastic transfer window, probably the best transfer window out of everyone. Yeah. In fact, we haven't seen Chiesa since September. And the other guy, we'll probably see the other guy before we see Chiesa. Mohamed Salah. We'll probably see him before we see Chiesa, if I'm honest. But Robertson. Jesse, I wanted to talk about Robertson because is he done? We said it when the midfield was crumbling. We all saw it. We all said we need some new midfielders because this season they're going to crumble. Last season we saw the drop off of Robertson. We saw it last season. This is why we all wanted a new left back in the summer. And we said Supercast is not up to it.
Yeah, as a fullback,
is it done now? Is it done now, Robertson?
For me,
I think so.
He can be a squad player, but he needs to be he can't be first choice. He could be for me right now, based on who we've got. He would be my third choice.
It hurts, doesn't it, boys? It hurts.
It does hurt, but we have to be honest. We have to be honest here, and obviously, sometimes some of our fan base are a bit too sentimental, and they want to hold on to the glory days or the couple seasons ago when we were killing things with Klopp. And like I said, he's been a phenomenal servant, and he's like I said, been a great player for us, but he can't be first choice. For me, if we got games like when it's a tactical game where we're going to be maybe not the dominant team, I'll play Gomez, and if we're going to be the team with have the ball, I'll play Tsimikas. But Robinson can't. I just don't think he's got the energy. You can see he can't play. I know he's experienced. That's why Slot probably picked him, but experience don't count for anything if you haven't got it anymore. And the main attribute that he always had was the engine. You could see he hasn't got the engine, and he looks like he's lacking confidence because a lot of the time when he gets the ball, you could just see he doesn't really want to have the ball. You could see the nervous energy. So yeah, that's something we definitely need to address moving forward. 100%.
The way Saka skinned him, Patricio. The way Saka skinned him. I'm sorry, that for me is like not a career ender, but like. It should be a sign like, no, this is it now.
Yeah.
That was nasty work from Saka.
That was like potato peeling. That was just he literally crumbled.
But he's gonna top back.
Then puddings you can get. You put like hot chocolate sauce in and just crumble in that. That was the Saka was the hot sauce, and Robertson's legs were just the crumble that just crumbled apart like that, and it was simply. It was wonderful from Saka. Didn't take anything away from Saka. It was absolutely beautiful. The way he turned past and then the cut back. But Robertson, it pains me to say this because he's been one of my favourite players, and I'm not trying to out him out here or anything like that. But we've got to be honest. Like it's easy to say, we've got to be honest, haven't we? Here, Patricia, he needs dropping, doesn't he?
For me, I think based on this game, but even if he had done well, I just don't think he's got the engine anymore to play every single game. So from what it looks like to me, I don't think Slot trusts the other two completely because Tsimikas will bring him on, but during the week he brought him on and he played well and he took him off. So I still think he's going to pick Robinson most games until he's able to get a left back of his choice.
Patricia, do you agree with Reese?
Yeah, no, I feel like I agree with Reese on the point that like Gomez should have started as well. I know that obviously with this obviously sentimental stuff, and you want to play Robertson and that because of it. And I do agree, he is good defensively. Obviously, pace wise, he did get shown up today, and yeah, you can see it. Like what Reese said, his confidence just isn't
David,
really
on my
there.
end, it's loading for Patricia. I can't see him. I don't know if you can see him.
He's there. Yeah, I can see him. I can hear him.
All right.
All right, am I lagging out a bit?
See him.
Reese is on holiday, by the way, guys. He could get out of this. Like, even if we lost, he'd have got over this in 2 seconds because he's chilling. He's chilling on holiday. So
Hope you enjoy it, mate. Hope you
I
enjoy
would have
it.
been annoyed. I would have been annoyed if we lost. Like I said, a point.
I know,
I
I
would
didn't
have liked us to win, but once I saw Saka start and Timber start, and I knew, yeah, this is going to be.
it's a hard game.
This is going to be a fascinating game, and that's what it lived up to be. So.
I think another turning point was when he obviously
the loss would have been a little bit annoying.
Sorry, go on, Patricia. Go on. You there, Reese?
Go on,
Patricia.
Reese, you good? As I said, I think another turning point was that when he took Timber off and brought he did take Timber off, didn't he? And he brought the fullback on, the Kiwior.
Yeah.
And then he brought that other youngster.
I didn't see Tim.
I might
Tim
be
come off.
I might be wrong in that. I don't know why I thought that. Maybe it's just okay. Yeah. I'm pretty sure he brought a youngster on as well, and I was thinking that youngster against Salah.
Yeah.
And that's where obviously we capitalised, and obviously that's where we got the goal from. So I think that was another turning point as well, to the nerves for the youngster as well. So yeah, join back in.
It's just that hotel. Blame the hotel, Reese. Just blame the hotel. If I get your money back, get your money back. You live proof here of getting your money back there, Reese, about the Wi-Fi, because if it ever gets to the point where prove that you had to pull Wi-Fi, it's right live right now on Talking Beds. So Reese, you can get your compensation back. There were a few turning points. Reese, if you do watch it back, I'm just saying, complain to the hotel, get your money back. You've got proof here of bad Wi-Fi, and you can get your compensation back for your hotel. All right.
No worries.
They went. Your Wi-Fi just went like Robertson's legs at the moment, so it's just where it is, isn't it?
Crumbles.
Anyway,
there
was a few turning points in that game. Also, the Gabriel coming off. I said to subs, he got Jesus on the end as well, alongside that youngster. And that youngster, it's a big. Is it the wrong game for him in, you think, Patricia, like a youngster that?
Well, that's the thing. He had apparently 20 minutes in the Champions League game coming on towards us at the end of that. So maybe thought, as we're winning 2-1, I'll bring him on, take Timber off, rest his legs. I think that also that's the point as well as Gabriel, that injected a lot of confidence into the team. This just helped strengthen it even more. You could see the point that Nunes and the thing I saw as well, Salah was so smart to cut inside, and I thought, watching it back, I was like, that's just such a smart play.
Perfect. Yeah.
In the past, you would have seen Salah push out to the far right and then be isolated out there, and it just wouldn't have worked. So now I think that was a really smart play from him. Yeah.
The pass by Trent, though, Reese. The pass by Trent was sensational. This is what Trent's capable of.
That's why he's in the team for me. Obviously, before that, he was kind of having an average game. I was getting frustrated with Trent because even though defensively he was good, there was a couple of times when he had the ball and he just gave it away. He was like, and he's kind of trying the fancy pass.
Yeah, too much. Yeah.
I'm surprised about though is that we didn't try the ball over the top a lot earlier. Once Gabriel came off, we should have tried that ball over the top a lot earlier. We would have got a lot more joy, like how we did for the goal.
Yeah, the funny thing is So I was going to say the commentators were commenting on how Trent's passing wasn't up to par like it normally was, and straight after they were commenting that, after like Gary said that, he then goes and makes a sublime pass, and then it works out for us. So yeah, I found that quite funny.
I've got to, in terms of that move as well, Szoboszlai did a good run, and I've got to give it to Nunes as well, because his run and his ability to cut back. Obviously, Gary Neville made the point that Nunes doesn't always get these passes right. And he did. He got that run absolutely spot on. I think Nunes as a whole in that game, I think it was first half he was a bit poor. He did all right defensively, a couple of parts defensively, but attacking wise, didn't really offer much. Second half he improved. I think Nunes' performance was pretty much like Liverpool. First half quite drab. Second half improved attacking wise, and his runs caused a little bit of problems. Again, the Gabriel injury was massive, absolutely massive. And by the way, Mohamed Salah is now past Jermaine Defoe in the Premier League goals, and now joint with Robbie Fowler, funnily enough, in the Premier League goals, Mohamed Salah. So he's continued to break records.
Sensational work.
Loves breaking records, doesn't he?
Patricio, how important is that point? I know it's early in the season. I know it's title race it's not won in October, it's not won in November, it's not won in December. But how important could that point be mentally for the title race going forward?
Massively, because the thing is, though, Slot was talking about how we haven't played a big six team yet. Although we'd beaten Chelsea, beaten Man United, this just proves that we are, like, although we didn't have the best performance that we could have had, it just shows that even with those bad performances, we still can get a result, get a point out of it, and it's at the Emirates as well. Going into Anfield next, that's just going to shock them, and depends if what happens then. Hopefully, we're fully fit and have everyone back and can strike fear into them, for the next season and stuff.
And it was 2 comebacks as well. We had to do two comebacks in this game. We went 1-0 down and 2-1 down, and still, and that's the side that seemed confident at half time as well. They dominate that first half. They had every right to be confident in the second half. So it shows a lot of courage, a lot of mentality coming in the second half.
And I was telling I was speaking to my friend who's like a Chelsea fan, and I was saying how good it is that we haven't conceded within the first 10 minutes under Slot. And then I look up and then Saka goes and scores, which that infuriated me.
And it's our first draw this season as well. Our first draw under Slot.
Yep. First draw under Slot, yeah. I think it was 9 games unbeaten as well that we've gone so far. So, yeah, doing really well. Just hoping, obviously who's our next match against us? I think we got
Brighton back-to-back. Brighton
and then we got City before. Yeah.
And then we've got, I think it's Villa, Southampton, I want to say Villa. It's Villa, Southampton, I want to say. And then we've got Real Madrid, City, Newcastle, Everton.
I am looking forward to that
City
game. I am looking forward to that City game because I just think tactically it's going to be interesting just how it was today. It's going to be...
And we are second in the league now as well. So we have dropped a place, but it's not too bad, is it? It's not. I don't mind dropping a place.
It's still early. And like you said, you got to remember it. We obviously, as Liverpool fans, yes, we want to challenge and win the league. But if you look at it realistically, and it's Arsenal and Man City that are the main two. Obviously, as we could stay in it, the longer it goes on, we're in it still December, January, then but the ascendancy shouldn't be on us. A new manager's just come in, and we've just had new, transfer committee, Edwards and Hughes and whatnot. A lot of differences where Arteta's been there a good few seasons. And then obviously we don't really need to speak on Pep because we already know the history of Pep and the dominance of City, so,
It was funny, really, because I did the match preview on what day did I do the match preview on Friday with Cecil and Basil, and they both predicted Liverpool wins, and I said I don't think we've been playing that well for me to have. I predicted a draw. I'm not gonna throw my name out there. I did predict a draw on it because I just thought we weren't be playing well enough to see over the line. And obviously, with Saka and Timber being available, it changes the game massively because if we had no Timber to attack and Robbo didn't have Saka to defend against, I think it does make us favourites, I believe. But I still think that draw, I said to Cecil and Basil, I said, it's going to get to the point of the game where we're drawing and both managers don't want to lose. And that last 10 minutes felt like that. Like we said earlier, he didn't really want to go for it. Arteta sort of, they scored that goal towards the end, but that disallowed goal, but they weren't really going for it like they should have done, I think.
Yeah. And do you know what, the thing that I was touched on from today is that we were going for a lot of long balls to Salah. I know we usually do that, but I feel like recently under Slot we've been doing more sort of tiki-taka passes, short in the middle. We haven't really had that today. The midfield didn't seem very present.
It was non-existent first half. It was not, apart from Maka. I think Maka was the only positive in that first half in that midfield.
Yeah, and our players giving away silly fouls as well. It just doesn't need to happen. But obviously, I'm glad we got the results out of it.
Let's talk referee decisions because obviously the VR situation with the offside, it was a clear onside for me. It was onside as soon as I saw it, and I thought, why are you taking so long? Why are you taking so long? I said it just before you guys came on stream. I said, I said, why are you taking so long? And what are you doing there is you're taking the tempo out of the game.
Yeah.
And it's not fair on people watching at home. It's not fair on the fans to wait that long when it's so clear. One thing I do want to speak about as well, though, is the Van Dijk challenge in the first half. You know, when they didn't have the ball. I'm going to ask you first, Reese. Should that have been a red?
Potentially, yeah, because it's a kick out. I was thinking, why did
he get yellow for it?
Why did he react as well? I was thinking because Havertz might be trying to wind you up or get in your head, but it's a big game. Like players are going to try and do what they can. And for me, you as our captain, you shouldn't be rattled by that. You should be like, just brush it off kind of thing. Whereas I don't know if he said something or whatever it is, but yeah, he's kind of lucky they didn't look at that because say he gets a red card.
He told him he don't smell nice. He told him they don't smell nice.
All of a sudden,
that's like the biggest insult for that. Yeah.
If they look at that from VAR, because that's probably a red card for a kick out, so he kind of got away with one there. So.
And I believe that. I do believe that, Patricia, that we did get away with one with that red card. He didn't even book him though. That's why I don't.
Yeah, I was lucky.
Book him.
Yeah, you think from like the captain, you think you'd expect more from him. You expect him to be more experienced and not want to do that kind of thing. So I don't know what kind of mindset he had to like lash out like that, but yeah.
At the same time,
he got away with it.
I'm not complaining because more time Anthony Taylor usually gives decisions against us. So you got.
He didn't see it. He didn't see out his arrows in his eyes. He didn't see out.
You got to take the rough with the smooth. So I ain't complaining because it's very rare he gives us anything. So you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know what? And over Liverpool fan channels, whatever Liverpool fan channel you like watching, there's a lot of Liverpool fan channels that won't tell you that was a red card. They'll say, well, they'll probably just avoid the question completely. But on talking events, we're honest on this channel. We'd like to tell you how it is, whether it goes against us, whether it doesn't go against us. We'll tell you what needs to be said because that was all three of us are saying there that was a red card, and we agree that was a red card. And it's again talking about referee decisions. We don't want to be talking about referee decisions all the time, and I'm bored of it because it spoils the good. It was a decent game. It was a decent watch. I think it was a 2-2 game. It wasn't massively thrilling, but it was a better watch than most games. And all the talk's going to be about the referee again. And I just had my Arsenal mate text me now saying, this is why I don't watch Premier League games anymore because the rest spoil it. And I'm thinking, right, I know what he's on about here because I feel it because it pisses me. It takes it away from the performance. It takes away from the game. They like to be centre of attention. And if VAR is taking that long to see a clear onside, why are they not saying he's kicked out here? It should be very. But the referee saw it as well. So he saw the kick out because he gave the free kick. And he knew the ball was nowhere near. So what?
Yeah, it was a bit strange.
And he didn't even give a booking either. I couldn't understand what was going through Anthony Taylor's mind of not sending it off. And I'm not trying to say get him sent off because I'm a Liverpool fan. I'd rather him stay on the pitch. But
it's just about the consistency.
It's about consistency and expecting more from referees. I'd rather be honest now when it's in favour of Liverpool to out the referees. Because these referees aren't good enough and they need to be accountable for what they're doing. He needs to explain why he didn't give a red card, or at least a card for that.
And you know, like when they scored the third goal that was ruled out because of the foul, I think that was a very slight foul that we got away with, and I don't know how. I really don't know how. I
was thinking what to give the foul for.
Which one?
And he did it quite early. The goal at the end where Havertz got it over, and then
he called it. He called it from age. He called it from age.
He did, but he shouldn't have done because I don't think it was a major foul.
No, it wasn't.
If I was against Liverpool, I'd be fucking fuming. If I was against Liverpool, I'd be fuming. I'm being honest, I'd be absolutely fuming right now.
Again, I hear that, but again, like I said, we don't really get too much decisions. So I know we want to.
I don't work like that, but we've got to be honest. Yeah. I get it.
It's not our problem. That's more of an Anthony Taylor problem. Like I said, for whatever reason, why he called it. But when I was watching the game, because I watched it in the past, some of the Arsenal fans celebrating, and it's like they didn't realize what I saw.
The whistle went ages ago, though.
I didn't understand what went ages ago. It's like no one heard it. They continued playing. I was just laughing.
I just wonder if they would have given it if the VAR went to it. I wonder if they're giving it because the whistle went so long ago. Could they have said the Liverpool players stopped playing? But I don't think the Liverpool players did stop playing. I don't think no one did.
No, I think everyone
certainly did. Trent put his body on the line.
A lot of the other players did stop. When I looked at it from the outward view, it did look like they all just stopped because they heard the ref's whistle, whereas just the ones in the box didn't. And the four players in the box,
the ones
they carried on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
So would they have given it? I don't know, because the ones that, like you said, the ones that was involved in the actual play didn't stop. So technically, they didn't stop in terms of would it affected the goal? I don't think it did. And if that was against Liverpool, I would be sat here now raging. I'd be perfectly honest. I'd be absolutely raging. I'd be raging with the referee at the moment if I was an Arsenal fan. I'm not saying we got away with one, but I think the draw was a fair result in the end.
Yeah,
Based on the first half and the second half. But referees need to improve. And that's brutal honest. The referees need to improve. And if they don't take accountability, if they don't improve, then this league's it's ruining the game, completely ruining the game. And they're not getting fair decisions against them. Right, boys, did anyone stand out to you in that match? If you were to give him my match, did anyone? Because there weren't really many standout myself, but
if I gave a man the match overall, it would be to Saka. That's what I'll give it to you. But
Liverpool won them.
Liverpool, that's kind of hard.
It's a tricky one, isn't it?
It's hard, isn't it? It's hard to say.
No one really stood out.
I could say some players that played all right. Like, obviously, our defense was pretty good, to be fair. Obviously, I know we conceded from a set
Robertson,
piece,
yeah.
And then the Robertson mistake, but a lot of the balls in the box and getting it away was quite rock solid. I think, like I said, Szoboszlai coming on definitely changed the game physically wise, and then was able to stretch, because it looked like Salah kind of was hugging the touchline a bit more. But yeah, a standout player, I wouldn't say we had one. I'd say it's kind of been how what we've been like this season, where it's like we'll play well for 45 minutes.
It's moments, and we seem to be getting these results of moments.
And then one of the other halves, it will leave a lot to be desired. It's like a bit boring. So to me, like I said, at the same time, you gotta remember that it's gonna still take some time to get used to the slot style of play. So like I said, I think teams need to be worried about us. I think, even though we're just gonna fly under the radar, I prefer it that way. It's because it's only we're only playing well for around 45 minutes, maybe like 60 minutes. Once we start playing well throughout the whole game, on top of dominating the ball, and then he's able to get the 1 or 2 players he needs. Like I said, it's
looking good.
It's looking very bright. It's looking very bright.
Trisha, does anyone stand out for you? It's hard, isn't it? But
I don't think so. No, it is difficult. I don't think anyone stands out for me. I know, I don't mean to be such a Debbie Downer, but there's people I can pick up on that obviously needed to improve. I feel like
yeah, I get that.
Kelleher wasn't I don't think he was quite up to par today. Maybe it was the nerves of the game or anything like that. He did seem a bit slow to react to things. One thing I did point out is when I saw them the lineups, I was thinking, Curtis in the 10 role was a bit strange there. I thought he would play the sort of 8 and put Maka up at the 10. I thought that might have worked better. I definitely think Szoboszlai shouldn't have started, to be honest, in my opinion. He just hasn't really been up to scratch, to be honest. So
yeah.
I think Curtis should have played in the 8 and then Maka up top. And I think that might have worked a bit better for us.
I think there's only 2 players for me. If I had to pick if I was forced to pick 2 players, or forced to pick one, I think Diaz was probably the bright spark of the front lot. Apart from Nunes improved second half, Salah improved a little bit, but I think Diaz was the one threatening. He was getting past players quite easily in the first half. If he did another one, I really showed up. And then Konate at the back. I think he was the one stood out more than Van Dijk. Van Dijk had a solid game, but I think Konate was the one better defensively than Van Dijk as well. So, but it was a tough game, and we knew it was going to be a tough game. We knew it was going to be a nervy game. We knew Emirates were going to be up for it straight away. But like we always seem to do at the moment, we seem to be getting the results no matter how we play. And that's the main thing that's come out of this. Again, we've played poor. Yes, referees need questioning. Yes, we did get away with it because of the referees. 2 big decisions that went for us that could have easily gone against us. And I'd be fuming if it did. If it was the other foot, our feet in the boot, if that makes sense. I'd be fuming if that was us. So we did get away with one, but we've got the result, and we are currently second place behind Manchester City, a point away today, despite how difficult. Coming back twice was a big mentality shift as well. Could be massive in the title race, could be nothing in the title race. We don't know yet until the end of the season. But right now, it's looking good for Arne Slot and the Reds, and a brilliant 2-2 draw away today. Thank you, Reece. Thank you, Patricia, for joining me today.
Thank you.
We're all happy after that. We've got Brighton in the Cup midweek, and then we've got Brighton again in the league. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. You probably are new because we haven't got many people subscribed anyway. So subscribe anyway. we're getting there. We're only started. We're only a week old, so please subscribe to the channel. Click your notification bells on because we're live as much as we can. We also get daily content now every single day, whether it's live or not. We've got the Talking Rivals tomorrow. That's going to come out. I'm going to speak about the other teams around us, what their results were like today and yesterday. And please make sure you follow on this journey at Talking Reds because we've got big content coming up. I've got plenty of things, plenty of ideas to come out every single day. Thank you guys for joining us and hope you have a great night.